Well, it's good to be back. I have to bring up the topic today that you're going to think is weird when we start, but I can assure you it's not. I want to talk about the Comstock Act. Now, okay, I see, oh, yeah, back there. What's this crazy ass Cajun talking about? The Comstock load. No, I'm not talking about the Comstock load. I'm talking about the Comstock Act, which is an act of Congress. I'm not making this up. I think it was 1875, and it was the postal inspector named Thomas Comstock. And he had this issue. He couldn't stop masturbating, and he was racked with guilt. And so he took this act of Congress, and we're going to scroll the exact language on it. And you're going to say, well, James, this is crazy shit. This is 1875. Why does that have any meaning today? It's not even the law. Actually, it is still the law of the United States. It is still on the books. In fact, on my podcast Wednesday, we have in the United States Tina Smith of Minnesota who has introduced legislation to repeal it. But James, come on, man, this shit's like, look at this weird stuff. It would literally outlaw somebody sending a picture of a woman in a two-piece bathing suit. I'm not exaggerating. And so what really got to me is they had oral arguments at the Supreme Court on this mifepristone case. It's abortion drugs. And Alito and Thomas actually asked about USC 18 USC 471. You can look it up. And what is this shit? And so what's going to happen? This is real. This is not, I know people are going to say, Carville makes stuff up. He's a polemic. He doesn't understand the nuanced nature of this. What's going to happen is if Trump wins, we already know that Alito and Thomas are saying, how does this act, which still exists, they win and they appoint some, which he's already told you he's going to do, some Leo attorney general. This law is on the books. They can enforce it. It's actually a law. And they believe in textualism and originalism. If you listen to my podcast with Justice Breyer last week, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You can't deviate from the language of the statute. And they're literally going to be knocking walls down. They're literally going to have surveillance of the internet, of your mail, of everything that you can imagine. Abortion, forget abortion. Birth control, shit. That's the first thing that's going to go. You're not going to be able to have condoms in interstate commerce. I promise you that. And we're not sufficiently aware. And, you know, these people in your city shows, and they're all into, well, what's going to be in a reconciliation bill and how they're going to reconcile this and what are we putting that? And then shit, the police are coming after you. And they're not very far away. This is not an exaggeration. I repeat, this is not an exaggeration. This is not a drill. This is not made up polemic. This is not partisan. This is just fact. F-A-C-T. And you don't know about it. And you think it's the Comstock load. And this Comstock, apparently he couldn't keep dropping his load, but at any rate. And this crazy son of a bitch has a law that is an official statute of the United States. It's still on the books. It could be enforced at that second by these crazy ass preachers and Leonard Leo with $1.6 billion. So do me a favor. Do a little research. Be a little bit of a citizen here. and find out what's going on and what's happening. And look up the legislation that Senator Smith has. Tune into the podcast. It's going to drop Thursday morning, Politics 2020 War Room. And we're going to go into depth about this, but I want to tell you, this is a 5-alarm fire, and your house is burning, and you don't know it. And I'm telling you, the Comstock Act is on the books. It's still the law of the United States, and it can still be enforced. And there already got 2 Supreme Court justices. We don't know what to. I think Amy Coney Barrett probably loves it. All right, they are coming after your everything of your life, and if you don't understand that, if you don't research this, if you don't do this, if you don't get active, these motherfuckers in the commentariat, they're going to still be covering reconciliation and what kind of a majority does Mike Johnson have, and what's kind of Mitch McConnell, and who's going to win. It's all so insane, and it's all happening right in front of you. And you know exactly what's going to happen if Trump wins. They already have a government in exile. They're doing away with the entire civil service. They're already telling you this. And they're going to go to Trump, these Christian nationalists, these anti-sex crusaders, these Puritans, these, I don't know what they are. And they're going to say, we put you in there. You can steal anything you want, and we're going to take over federal law enforcement. And that is highly likely to happen. And you, my dear friend, watching this, and all the people that you love, and all the people you care about, I'm telling you right to your goddamn face, they're coming after you. Rather than be scared, be active. Send this out on social media. Notify your friends. 5-alarm fire. Do everything you can. And just know right now, on the books, is the Comstock Act. And it right there to be enforced by all of these fucking sexually screwed, you can't tell me these people are not sexually inadequate and screwed up, or they hate women, or they hate everything, because I know they are. So stay tuned. We're on this. Pay attention. I'm not bullshitting you. I'm not making this up. You can look it up. You know, it'll pop up 1,000 things on Wikipedia. You can actually, the language we're going to put under that. So I'll be back sooner than you think. And we're on a mission here. And we're not going to be on get off of this mission until Tina Smith's legislation repealing the Comstock Act is on the books of the United States. I can tell you, Alito and Long Dong Silva, whatever the fuck, Clarence Thomas, that weird son of a bitch. Okay? They're coming after you, people. They're coming after you. Wake up. Thank you.